What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to bring you a part 1 of 3 of I'm going to give you an exterior review of our 2020 Subaru WRX STI. Had it about 6 months now, so I kind of wanted to get a more in-depth review of the exterior, what I like, don't like. We've had the car a little while now, so it gives me a good idea to maybe see if this is something you want. Maybe this will help you out in your purchase decision, especially if you can't find one of these on the lots and actually look at it, just because they're so difficult to find at times. So we're going to do the exterior today and give you an idea of the things I like, don't like. Some of the stuff I'm a little bit nitpicky on that I don't like, so it's just a personal preference thing. It has nothing to do with me hating or liking the car. I just want to get that out there. So let's jump around. I'll give you a quick tour of the outside of the car, kind of give you the things that I like and don't like, and see if this is a car that may be for you, or give you an idea of the exterior quality of it. All right, so looking at the exterior here, the front is actually been updated a little bit since 2018. I do like that you do have the standard LED steering responsive headlights. These come standard on this car now, so that is a huge plus. If you've ever had these on a Subaru product, it is a must, especially if you drive a lot at night, backcountry roads. They really are a lifesaver. The only negative is that I think they're like $1,500–$1,600 to replace if they go out, so that's something that you have to kind of keep in mind. But they're great LED, they're very good for safety, so that's probably the first thing I like about the front here. You have functional vents, which I actually really like, which a lot of cars aren't doing that anymore. You have your standard functional hood scoop. I hope they don't get rid of this or kind of squeeze it down a little bit. I like that it looks, gives you that aggressive look to it. I just like the front of this car. It really looks nice. You got your front spoiler, or your front lip there in the front, which is very similar to what the Outback looks like and the Subaru Ascent. They have a more aggressive style to them, so it looks aggressive without being too, I don't know, childish or over the top. It just has a very good stance to it. And this is one thing that I haven't had to use, but I could see it being useful. You can take that off and put a tow hook there, so you can pull your car out if you got stuck in the snow or something like that. You have one here and one on the back, and I believe that's a specific Subaru thing. They have that on mainly all of their cars. But those are the things I like about the front. Let's talk about the paint. So this is probably my 4th paint color option that I wanted. The STI was very hard to come by when I bought this, because I bought it when COVID was just at its height. So getting these cars, Subaru shut down a lot of their plants in Japan and in the United States, so it was hard to find. So I either wanted one of the blues, World Rally, or the Light Pace, or gray. I bought a gray one, but then I kind of backed out on it, so I found the white one that they actually located for me, and I actually really like the color. It's really grown on me. The paint's held up well. I don't notice any scratches or anything on it. It does show a decent amount of dirt and just debris. I've not cleaned the car in about a week because it's been really cold here in Ohio. It's getting ready to get cleaned probably tomorrow, but the paint's held up pretty well. It looks really nice when you get it cleaned and polished up. Kind of give you an idea there. I think all the colors of the STIs look good, besides the red. I'm just not a big fan of the red, but that's more of a personal preference. So that's it for the front. Quick recap, those LED steering responsive headlights are amazing. They just look nice. All the Subarus with the steering responsive headlights, and that's more of a safety feature. But once you've had them, it's hard to go back. And then you have your STI logo there. And your standard grille. I would like a little bit more aggressive kind of grille here in the front. That would be nice. Similar to what they do in like the Acura RDX. I really like that styling of that. Would be hard to do on such a small car like this, but it's really the only nitpick in the front. So if you look over here at the side, so I'm going to count the brakes as the kind of the drivetrain and the exterior. I really like the lime green color. It's a color that's really grown on me. The only negative is that they get really dusty. That's not necessarily a negative. They're just really big brakes. So if you can see here, it's pretty dusty. That's just a week going out. So I like that. I like the drilled rotors. The Yokohama tires have actually been pretty good. I haven't read a lot of negative reviews about those, but I'm starting to like those, driving them in the summer. They seem to have a decent amount of grip to them. They're basically new still. Kind of give you an idea of what the tread pattern's like. The only negative is with these rims. So the rims, I don't really care for them. That's a personal preference, something that some people like, some people don't. At certain angles, they look really nice, but they're 19 inches and they are heavy, 28 pounds a piece. I think 28.5. And I looked at replacing these probably at some point, because you can get some Sparco or even Momo rims you can get for 19, 20 pounds a piece. So you can shave probably 30 pounds just by getting different rims. So they're very, very heavy, and I just don't like the way they look. They're hard to clean, which is just, I like the 2018 rims. So if I could find a set of those, I'd probably get those, but that's really my only negative with these. The tires, I wish maybe had a little bit more beefier sidewall. I know that's probably not the most popular thing, but these are 235/40. I kind of wish I had 245/40. Or these are 245/30, I believe. Hold on. 245/35. So I'd really prefer like a 245/40. 18s. I think 18s would work well with this, but anyways, the tires are really nice. Rims, not my style, but looking at the rest of the side here, I do like the mirrors, which is kind of odd, but you get your turn signal here that does go there. They do all fold in. I believe all Subaru mirrors fold in like that now. And I like the two-tone. It gives it a little bit of difference. You don't have all that white, and I'm very glad that they didn't go with chrome or anything like that. So you do get that kind of difference there. Oh, forgot to mention, this is an exterior thing, but you actually have these little strips in here. So it does have the cold weather package. Basically, it helps with defrosting the windshield, and the side mirrors here, you have them right there. So that's good. Most all Subarus have that now. It's not necessarily an STI thing, more of a Subaru thing. But the side I really like. This bottom lip, it looks great. Makes it have an aggressive look to it, the bottom lip of the car. But the only negative I found with it is that you really scratch it up on the other side. So every time you get in and out, we almost never drive this car where there's both of us in it, but you scratch this up a decent amount on the other side. There's some scuffs and stuff that you could probably buff out, so it's not really that big of a deal. And these are the back tires and rims, same thing. You do have 4-piston brakes here in the back, which are welcomed. These brakes are way bigger than what this car needs, but you could never have big enough brakes. I mean, that's a safety thing. And I like the color. I like it over the black or the gold, which they've had previously. Getting to the top, that's pretty standard Subaru. They have that fin on there for the antenna. No sunroof, but you can option that. I wish that this had the option to add a sunroof, or was it like included as an option, just because of how expensive the car was. Oh, one more nitpick on this. No tinted windows in the back, which is okay, but we have a 1-year-old, and without the tinted windows, I literally could not drive this at certain times of the day because it would just roast him. So we went and got tinted windows for it. I did get these little jobbies here in the back to help, but they didn't do all that good of a job. So, but besides that, that's my only negative. So window tint's pretty cheap, so I did have to do that, mainly because we have a 1-year-old that rides in the back. If we didn't, I honestly wouldn't have got any window tinting on it. It was just more for him. And getting to the back, so this is where I have one negative and everything else is positive. So I wish that these were more of the blacked out that you see on the new Outback XT versions. Maybe on all the Outbacks now, but most of their entire taillights are black. It just has a more modern, more sleek look to it. You could probably do that aftermarket, and I'm sure with the next STI, the remodel, which is probably coming in 2022, I believe, they will probably do that with that. But that's the only negative I have with the rear. I like the spoiler. You can get this deleted if you want, but I think you have to get the limited trim to do that. So it may be nice if you could get that deleted just as an option. I mean, some people may not want it. That's kind of the standard Subaru STI kind of, I don't know. I think it would be weird without having it on there. So you have your STI logo here on the back, which is a good feature. And then you have it's a light protective 3M film here. It came standard from the factory. You may be able to see it a little bit there, which was nice. They added it on for free. It wasn't originally added, but they went ahead and added it at the dealership. Quad exhaust, which I like, and then you have this little underlip here, kind of a rear diffuser type, which again makes it stand out a little bit different over the white, so you do have a little bit of contrast in the color. I like the exhaust. I like the way it sounds. I don't plan on doing like a muffler delete, like an axle back, but you can do that down the line if you want, which is always an option. And then Subaru logo, and then that there. Kind of wish I had an option to do this. I think the white edition has this in black, but it'd be pretty cool if that was all in black. Tail lights, again, that's something I wish they'd get rid of. And back here to the other side, let's see if I can get you some of the scuff so you can kind of see where I've gotten in and out of the car. You hit it almost every single time. Anytime I wash it, I know it's disgusting right now, but it's been super cold. Anytime you wash it, you just notice how dirty it gets. One more exterior feature. This is a safety thing. So you have these door anchors on the rear, which is usually you only see that in luxury models. This is a safety feature for all Subaru vehicles. So it's in all of their vehicles, which is something that's nice. I mean, if you have children or anything, it's a nice feature. These doors do open really wide. It is a little bit difficult to get our 1-year-old in the back, so that may be something we may have to look into as he gets older, because you're supposed to rear face him as long as you can. So we're going to try to do that, and he fits in there perfectly now, but I could see down the line where it's difficult to get him in and out of there, just because he's getting taller. That's how life works. Okay, so keys. That's kind of an exterior feature. I like there comes keyless now, so everything's keyless. So basically, you can lock it, and then when you walk up to it, you just put your hand here, and it unlocks, which is a nice feature that comes on standard on all STIs now. And then to lock it, you just do that, and it'll lock it for you. You can do that same thing on the other side, which is a feature that they didn't have to add to it, but they're starting to add it to all their vehicles. And so that's really it. That's my exterior review of a 2020 STI. I like it. I do like it. Some people have been saying about the color. It's not the World Rally blue, but they didn't have any, and there wasn't any coming in for months, so I had to compromise. I like the color. I think if I got some bronze wheels, like there's some Sparko 1 wheels that I would really like. They're expensive, but they only weigh 19 pounds. I'd like to get something like that maybe to kind of change it up, but we'll see. That's it. I'm curious to see what they're going to do when they remodel this, and see what kind of options or things they change about that. But if you have any comments, questions, leave them below. But that's my exterior review of the STI. Seems to be holding up pretty well. Besides, I don't like the rims, but personal preference. Thanks to everyone again. Enjoy the weather out there. It sucks here. It's getting ready to rain. So have a good rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.